Buhle Waste was started in 1997. I'm a medical doctor based here in Katlehong. I call it the dusty streets of Katlehong. In 1993, you remember in the 1990s, there was a lot of violence in Katora's area. You had Katlehong, Togoza, and Vosloorus. And I used to see a lot of children getting sick, so I got involved and wanted to know what the cause was, only to find that the storage pipes had burst and it was overflowing all over, and the kids were playing in the storage system, which was not good, and waste was not being collected properly. So I then embarked upon a project where I bought 3 vehicles and I got people in the community to start collecting waste around the township. And then in 1997, in May, we then started Buhle Waste with 3 other partners who were working as a subcontractor for multi-waste. So we teamed up and formed Buhle Waste.
We always strive to ensure that we give the best service. The way we do things, we do our work with integrity, and we give our client the comfort that whatever services that we provide them, they'll always be compliant. We don't take shortcuts. We go according to the legislation, according to compliance. And we ensure that our staff are well trained and they're also compliant and they are well aware of the processes that needs to be taken in providing services to our clients.
What's been really interesting is the legalities around this business. Everything that we do has a legislation of some sort. So we have to really be by the book in everything that we do.
Into etsang hore Buhle Waste e be the way e leng ka teng. Nka tjho it's part of the good teamwork that we have from the management up until staff sa rona. Nka tjho management ba re fa di opportunities hore re gole, and o goleng ha rona a re gole as the employees tsa Buhle Waste, but at the same time re make sure hore le rona re thusa batho ka ntle.
Talking about my personal experience, I've only been here for 2 years, but I'm about to finish my master's, which I'm doing exactly here, doing exactly what we're doing here. So it really opened a lot of doors for me, not only academically, but also financially. So it does actually help a lot.
Bophelo ba ka bo tšhentšhitše kudu since ke thomile go bereka mo Buhle Waste. Ke be ke bereka mara ka bona re dilo re sa tsepela botse ka nyaka mmereko mo Buhle Waste. And then yona ba re immediately re ba le chance re ka o bitša ka 2011 ke yona ba nkira. Since then ke dilo tše dintši tše ke kgonte go di dia go tloga ke thomile go bereka mo Buhle Waste. And nako e ke sa e bereka be ke palelwa le go patela bana sekolong, mara immediately after ke tsene mo Buhle Waste ke ile ka thoma everything ile a tsamaya smooth mo bona.
We still live in a society that has a lot of historical legacy to work through, to unpack, and I don't think there are enough examples of Black excellence, considering that Black people are the majority in society numerically, but we need more examples of that, and I think really that's the challenge that I've set for myself and the challenge that we've set for ourselves as a branch, that we have to be an exemplar of excellence.
To be part of a Black-owned company, also being Black myself, I feel proud because when you go out there, a lot of people don't know it. And for me to talk about it, I talk about it with pride, that this is what we do, you know. This is who we are, this is where we come from. And I think personally for me too, it also teaches me or shows me that anything is possible when you really put your mind to it.
Yeah, go bonsa gore o ba le tlhabologo bohle le naeng ya gona ba teng, because ona jwale wa gona go o bue le manager wa hao dule le ena tafoleng le bontshane ha ona le seo sa di kgotsofaleng to compare le goa
In the past, the waste industry was dominated by white-owned companies, and it's not only that it's Black-owned, it is also able to empower the youth. If you go through all the regions, and see the number of the youth that are employed by Buhle Waste, you'll be very much impressed. So it's a great honor for me to be amongst the youth that is being developed by Buhle Waste.
We want to disrupt the waste industry to such an extent that waste is no longer considered waste as it is. You know, us as a company, we consider waste as a resource. And so we need to get that thinking into the minds of the people, you know, and so to then pass on that message to the everyday consumer. You know, for us to walk away and say Buhle Waste was responsible for that message, that the consumer is thinking of waste as a resource and not something that they just want to throw away, is absolutely essential to us.
I never thought like what really they are dealing with until I came here. So umsebenzi abawenzayo benza umsebenzi omuhle kakhulu kabi, if I may put it like that, because they are making sure that the environment is, well, is kept clean at all times. And then you go to hospitals, they make sure that you don't even see what, okay, here's the needle or the waste and what and stuff like that. Because everything is being collected and they're collecting it right, if I may put it like that.
It's been so excellent. We actually wish it can just continue because we are now acquainted to their standard, we know what they want. And even if they come maybe for an unannounced visit, they find our things in order.
Buhle Waste is a great partner to us because of they actually prioritize the products that we actually do here in their client service. They actually put us forward when it comes to payment as well. They actually shorten our debtor days, very short. They're giving us anything between 20 and 10 days in terms of payment processes. So that really gives us a good financial position in the market and growing the business itself.
You know, most of the companies that I work with, especially the black-owned companies, once they get something like a big contract with the government, they start to forget about the small customers who keep the day-to-day running. But most of our guys, they miss that point. That even if you get big contracts with the state or whatsoever, it's a term contract, but you have the clients that keep the business going. And Buhle, as far as so far, I know even the other doctors, they'll tell you they've been collecting from them as they agreed. And that's what I appreciate.
Every time you have a conversation with a customer or just hear people talk about Buhle, you hear so much positives. Every time we have quarterly meetings with the department, the people are so, because at the beginning they were unsure because it's like, who's this new company, you know? But then now they have so much comfort just knowing that we are here and we're giving them the service. So I'll just say we need to, you know, keep moving and carry the same spirit, beauty, love, and respect. Yeah.
Throughout the experiences, you know, I've sort of had to think through what it is that I wanted to do with my life. I mean, I didn't go to school wanting to get involved with waste management. So it was a lot of thinking through what it meant to be here and to be part of, you know, a family business. And I mean, I said earlier around a familial duty. And, you know, I've sort of taken that on more and more as I go on. And it gives me something to wake up to every single day, knowing that it's more than just the job that I do, because what I'm doing in my current position is not just about the business, but it's also about the family aspect to it. You know, so it makes things, it gives things a lot more meaning. It gives my job a lot more meaning.
It's clear that we're not here as a fly-by-night or to make a quick buck and take advantage of whatever can be taken advantage of in the next short-term horizon, but to see how the business can be sustainable over the long run and how it can grow, how it can evolve, how it can improve, how it can get better, and how it can really last. And I think that's one of the things that I appreciate about the logic that infuses it being a family business.
My belief in Buhle Waste is that I believed in my abilities first and foremost. I grew up in a very poor family, under very difficult conditions. We're a family of 7 people in the family, and I'm the only boy in the family. I had to look after my own sisters. That's my family background. And when I started this company, I had to make sure that the legacy remains after my death. What did I do? I had to put up the pillars in place. I had to make sure that this concept I had in my mind materializes into a big, big company. We are middle way right now, and I want my children to take the legacy going forward. I'm going to leave them with this company that I call a big company in waste management. Theirs is to make sure that it goes beyond what my expectations were. The family support will always be there. And what I've got is that we built up this infrastructure, the staffing component, the resources are there. They must make sure that they take Buhle Waste to bigger and greater heights. That's my wish.